Hello to the second episode of how to become better at demonology, and I will be going quickly over some things. Okay, first of all, know your role in the battleground. So, Warlock demonology, although destruction is all about the damage, I would say, um, demonology can also be about something else. For example, tanking. Uh, that's also the reason why I have a slightly different glyph setup. I have the glyph of demon hunting, which allows me to go into this form, and I've done enough fury apparently. So let us generate some demonic fury. Okay, I have enough demonic fury now. I go into tank form. It reduces my magical damage and physical damage taken by magical damage by 15% and physical damage taken by 19%. Will also give you different spells if you didn't know that yet. You will do a lot less damage, but you will survive much longer. And it looks kinda cool. Not on the Orgo, it looks kinda weird, but well, I don't know. It's okay. You will also get your knockback just in this form, and your demonic leap. I have some tips regarding those two spells. Okay, for example, if your tank has the flag and he's running away, but there are people chasing him, doing DPS on him, and he has a hard time surviving, just knock those players back, and they have to get on him again, and then just stun them afterwards. And yeah, it's much harder for them to get to the warrior. Also, use one charge of or two charges of a hand of cooldown. That will slow them, so they have even more troubles getting to them. You can, but I won't advise it. Go for this glyph. You know, the glyph that slows them even more. It's this one. Increase to 70%, but no charges. I think you really need 2 charges. So I wouldn't take this one, but you can choose for it if you really want it. Talents are obvious: Regeneration, Shadow Fury. You can also take Hall of Terror, but I like Shadow Fury. Sacrificial Pact, yeah, I've gone over this in the previous guide. As Supremacy, you need Supremacy. Why? Because if you take Sacrifice, you will get 30% extra damage, and you will also get 2% of your maximum health every 5 seconds. That's really good. But if you need to tank, okay, take this one. If you don't need to tank, you can take this one. But if you need to tank, take this one. Because if you need to tank and they CC you, you cannot defend a base. Okay, they will keep the flag in the time you are CC'd. If you still have a pet though, your pet can attack the other guys, and you will be able to, you know, keep the flag from capping, being capped by the other players. You know, the knockback. By the way, you can also use it, of course, for knocking people off cliffs. Yesterday I was in a BG and there was two healers standing near a cliff on the roof, actually, of Warsaw Gulch, and I just knocked them off the roof. So 2 healers were off the roof, and only DPS were attacking my tank now, but we were standing there with the whole team, or at least yeah, part of the team, and we just wiped all the DPS because they didn't have a healer. That was actually a game breaker, or whatever you want to call it, because otherwise we would have much harder time killing these people. Yeah, okay, something about burst. You don't go into tank burst form, of course, if you need to burst. You need more than Demonic Fury, I would say, at least 500. Single target burst, then I would suggest pop all your shit and spam Soulfire if you have the Molten Core procs. But if you need to build up the Demonic Fury, use my ultimate, yeah, this thing. Okay, so what I do, this is one button, I already explained it. Okay, that was one button, now I spam on another target. And I can spam on this target as well. Okay, that was all one button, and I now have applied my dots on 3 different targets. and I will build up some demonic fury. Okay, now I have some procs of Soulfire. If I need to do AoE burst, I pop everything and just spam Hand of Gul'dan and then do Hellfire, but then it will be transformed into an Immolate Aura or something. So you won't have to cast it, it's just an aura around you. Okay, I will do that. If I have single target burst, if I need that, I will concentrate on spamming Soulfire in my own burst. So I will just pop 2 times Hand of, Chaos Wave, and then I will just start spamming Soulfire because it does nice damage, 180k every time, and the cast time is reduced a lot if you have the proc Molten Core proc. And also if you're AoEing, Hellfire regenerates a lot of Demonic Fury, so just spam that if you're in a big group. Is there anything more you need to know about RBG? Yeah, of course there are a lot of things, but generally what I told you now, you can use that. You can use this macro, it will help to do some more sustainable DPS, because Demon Lock does lack a bit of sustainable DPS, and Destro is more about sustainable DPS, and especially AoE DPS, good AoE DPS. If you spam fire and brimstone and just do all your spells. We don't have that. We can burst a lot every 2 minutes, great AoE every 2 minutes with all our trinkets and stuff, but then our damage is reduced a lot, and you have to spam this macro of mine to do some damage, and that's really nice. And you can also do single target damage, as I explained, with just hitting Soulfire all the time. But it's a bit less than Destruction, I would say. It's only the burst every 2 minutes that's like really good. The rest is less good. But like I said, the Demonology is not only about the DPS. You can top DPS, but it's also about other things. You know, like knocking people off cliffs, fearing. Yeah, of course you can also fear as Destruction Lock, but like you have slightly more survivability. You have a pet. Yeah, you can also keep your pet as Destruction. I don't know. There are just some advantages, you know. There are some Demonic Leap, for example. Oh yeah, I didn't explain that to you. Okay, I need to find a mage to show this to you guys. And there was a mage, but now he's gone. He's gone. Okay, I can explain it to you anyways. Okay, you shouldn't take the glyph of Meteor Falling for this. If you Demonic Leap, of course, you leap away like this. But if you have a slow fall buff on you, you will jump far away. So if you need to cap the flag, do that, and you will go to the center of Eye of the Storm really fast. It's just, and also if you go on top of the roof in Marcel Gulch, I mean on top of the roof of the tunnel, and you jump, you can reach the other side almost or completely. That's really nice, so you can use that as well. Yeah, use your fierce stuns to keep your tank safe. Fear healers, do DPS, that's your task, and defend bases if needed. Yeah, I think that's all for now. It's maybe a very basic guide without any examples, which is kind of gay, but yeah, I hope it helps. So see you guys, peace off.